She suffered a number of harms as a result. This includes things like lost promotional or endorsement opportunities due to being downgraded to a less competitive team and one that is in a much more saturated market. It also includes being relocated to a more unfavorable tax environment. And this is very true. The tax environment of living and working in Nevada is very different than that of California. Anyway, there's also the lost opportunity to participate in a back-to-back WNBA championship. Now, she also alleges emotional harm, like the fact that she was embarrassed, humiliated, angered, and discouraged by the actions taken against her, and that lasted a while afterwards. Now, this is very common in discrimination cases, and in my experience, adds on a good amount to the financial damages, the compensatory damages here. Basically, you can take whatever she says that she lost in endorsements and had to pay extra in taxes, and all of that is like the financial part that's just calculating those numbers, and then you can double or triple them for the emotional harm. And so for this claim, as well as the two other claims, she's alleging not just compensatory damages, but also punitive damages, because she says that they did this with malice. And she's also alleging attorney's fees under some other statutory frameworks as well. And punitive damages can also significantly multiply the damages on top of those financial and emotional damages as well. Plus the attorney's fees, having all of her attorney's fees paid for by the other side, we are really looking at some pretty significant numbers here. But we have to anticipate what the defense is going to argue in a case like this. And when it comes to any employment discrimination claim, we have to look at any possible legitimate, non-discriminatory reasons why the employer may have taken certain actions against the plaintiff. Because in reality, being a member of a protected class, whether it's for gender, race, religion, disability, what have you, that on its own isn't enough to shield an employee from adverse actions by their employer. Specifically, if the employer has a good reason to demote an employee or fire an employee, that is a valid defense to an employment discrimination claim. For example, if a plaintiff makes a claim for pregnancy discrimination, but it turns out that the plaintiff has been on a performance improvement plan for longer than she's been pregnant, and then she gets fired because there hasn't been any improvement in her overall work quality, it's hard to say that she was fired because of the pregnancy. And so here, what do the Las Vegas Aces say is the reason for Hamby's trade? Well, we don't know their full response to the litigation yet because their deadline to respond to the complaint isn't yet up. But they have made other statements in their own defense since Hamby made those allegations about pregnancy discrimination on social media. For example, Coach Hammond said in May 2024 that the decision to trade her was entirely made so that they could get 3 other players for the amount they were paying Hamby. And very recently, on August 19th, 2024, Coach Hammond also made another statement that didn't deny that she said what Hamby says she said in that January 15th, 2023 phone call, but basically denies that the character of her actions amounted to bullying or discrimination.
Here's some facts. I've been in either the WNBA or the NBA for now 25 years. I've never had an HR complaint, never, not once. I still didn't actually, because Dearica didn't file any. She didn't file with the Players Union. She didn't file with the WNBA. Those are facts. It's also factual that nobody made a call about trading her until Atlanta called us in January. That's a fact. Okay? And so, to me, I mean, it just didn't happen. I'm sorry, the bullying. I spoke with her every day. If she wanted to practice, she practiced. If she didn't, she didn't. Over the top care, actually. Over the top care.
Now, I do have a couple responses to Coach Hammond's comment. First, the fact that Hamby didn't make an HR complaint or that she didn't complain to the Players Union earlier, that doesn't matter for the substance of her claims. It's not a requirement for a plaintiff to make a complaint to HR for there to be a valid discrimination claim. Making a complaint or not making a complaint does not make any act by a supervisor or an employee more or less discriminatory. And in fact, there could be plenty of reasons why an employee doesn't make an internal complaint, such as workplace culture. An employee could be worried about things getting worse at work if they complain, for example. And if you have a star player like Hamby, she could also be the type of person who generally doesn't complain and just toughs it out for as long as possible. Now, Coach Hammond also says in the statement that the Aces didn't make a call about trading Hamby until they got a phone call from Atlanta in January. But it's unclear as to what specifically she means by make a call about trading. Does that mean that that's just the first time that anyone made a concrete final decision to trade her? Or does that mean that that was the first time anyone in the Aces organization even brought up the possibility of trading her? Because those two things could be very, very different. If there are internal communications, for example, showing that the Aces are already for a long time looking to get rid of Hamby now that she was looking like she was going to be some kind of a pregnant burden for them as they may have assessed her to be, then that phone call from Atlanta could just be a happy coincidence for them. And then there are the other comments that she made about Hamby getting to practice when she wanted to practice and not practicing when she didn't want to. That can help the defense, of course. But on the other hand, being non-discriminatory in one circumstance also doesn't erase being discriminatory in another circumstance. For example, if what Coach Hammond is saying here is actually correct, but it still also happens to be the case that Coach Hammond says what Hamby said she did in that January 15th, 2023 phone call, Hamby arguably still has a good discrimination case here. Anyway, then Hamby also has 2 claims of pregnancy retaliation, one against the Aces and one against the WNBA.
never compromise.
Welcome to Summoner's
Let's
Rift.
finish this quickly.
"30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have
There's nowhere
spawned.
to hide. Your allegiances mean nothing to me. Don't cross me. Enjoy the taste of steel. On the razor's edge.
More mouths, more bite.
Only fools pledge life to honor. They won't survive. I never compromise. This blade.
An enemy has been slain.
Let's finish this quickly. This is no challenge.
An ally has been slain.
There's nowhere to hide. Your allegiances mean nothing to me. fools pledge life to honor. They won't survive. I never compromise. Let's finish this quickly. There's nowhere to hide.
An ally has been slain.
Allegiances mean nothing to me.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Don't cross me. On the razor's edge.
Killing spree.
The ruins of these isles. Only fools pledge life to honor. They won't survive.
An ally has been slain.
Another body.
Our number grows.
I never compromise. Let's finish this quickly.
An ally has been slain.
There's nowhere to hide. Your allegiances mean nothing to me.
Been slain. Death from 1,000. More mouths, more bite. Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain.
Dreams live on, even after the sun.
Double kill.
Kindle.
Ally has been slain. Shut down.
Only fools pledge life to honor. They won't survive. I never compromise.
Enemy killing spree. Shut down.
Let's finish this quickly. There's nowhere to hide. Your allegiances mean nothing to me.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed.
Only fools play life to honor.
You have slain an enemy.
They won't survive. That's my favorite.
An ally has been slain.
I never compromise.
Enemy rampage. Your turret has been destroyed.
Let's finish this quickly.
An ally has been slain.
There's nowhere to hide. Cross me.
An enemy has been slain.
On the razor's edge. Only fools let life to honor. They won't survive.
Shut down.
Not so close.
An enemy is dominating. An ally has been slain.
I
Enemy
never
double kill.
Let's finish this quickly. There's nowhere to hide.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Your allegiances mean nothing to me. Don't cross me. Join me.
Ally has been slain.
On the razor's edge. Only fools pledge life to honor.
slain. An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Ace. Defeat.